From the top of the Empire State Building, broadcasting to the world and beyond, networking to build your net worth with the Everyday Entrepreneur Experience. So sit back and crank up the volume. You're now listening to the Pest Equity Podcast.
Welcome all and welcome back to another episode of Pest Equity Podcast with your host, Vinny E. On this episode, we're going to answer a question sent in by one of our listeners. And the question was, Dear Pest Equity Podcast, how do I become a professional entrepreneur, one who has knowledge and experience to perform at the top of their game? Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for the question, and I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing, following us on Instagram, liking us over on Facebook, and showing us utmost support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now, on to this question. Entrepreneurialism is a journey, or at least it has been for me. Now, what my journey has revealed over years is that, much like traditional professions, there is a learning curve that you must respect and allow for to assure yourself some reasonable amount of success. Now, some say that people are born entrepreneurs or natural entrepreneurs. This may be so, as much as a doctor or engineer may also be born to be in their respective profession. However, most of us require education and training. All professionals, physicians, lawyers, engineers, and accountants go through rigorous training and education to master their respective fields. Now, in my opinion, this is also true for professional entrepreneurs. I want you to think of it like this. Would you want the guy designing the bridge over that 1,000-foot gorge doing so as his first project out of school? How about having your appendix removed by a newly minted doctor performing his first surgery? See, in both of these two scenarios, you may be lucky, but do we want to count on luck in those situations or skill and experience? That's what you need to ask yourself. The same holds true in creating a startup business like yours or mine when I did start. Most colleges and universities offer basic and advanced business courses designed to teach general, I'll say that again, to teach general, traditional concepts. However, even though these courses are necessary to learn foundational business principles, they don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. They only provide a roadmap. You must also learn specific skills and knowledge in a very non-traditional way if you seek to excel as an entrepreneur. Now, me personally, I've always felt that I was born to be an entrepreneur. I started early and without a lot of direction. Now, over time, I realized what I was and molded my skills slowly through a combination of experiential and traditional learning. I did try traditional professions for which I was educated. While I excelled in my traditional journey, I was always looking for a way to take my education and experience and use it to create a thriving business that would make a real difference and one that I could grow into a powerhouse. I would find my way in the different companies I started along my entrepreneurialism route, but it took a lot of work. Being a professional entrepreneur is not a 9 to 5 job. It is all encompassing. Now, you can be an entrepreneur, say the owner of a flower shop or a sandwich counter, and make a good living. You will provide a great resource to the community and provide jobs. Here, you would be an entrepreneur, small business owner, and maybe have the opportunity for a more standard work week. I applaud all these small business owners who can maintain a work life balance while supporting the local economy and providing a service valued by their own community. Being a professional entrepreneur is a different commitment from that of a small business owner. Here I am speaking to those looking to scale an enterprise that produces hundreds of jobs and millions to hundreds of millions of dollars or more in revenues. Committing to being a professional entrepreneur is not a 9 to 5 job. It is a full lifestyle adjustment. Now, hear this: you will work 7 days a week, even when you do not think that you are on the clock. 12 hours a day or more is not uncommon. As a professional entrepreneur, you are always working, planning, and staying current with your reading. You even dream of your business. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Now, most of us keep our iPhone or our Android or whatever phone you have, it's cool, near our bed. I do that as well. So when I have that idea at 2 a.m., I can capture it before I lose it. Let's talk about perfecting your skills. The question you might have is, how do I hone my craft as a professional entrepreneur? Me personally, I continually learn. I mentor others and I share my experience through workshops and speeches and this podcast. When an opportunity to gain knowledge presents itself, I go and I learn. In fact, I have attended 10 universities and colleges over the past 15 plus years, from the University of Southern California and Florida Institute of Technology to Harvard Business School. I attended to gain the background or refresher knowledge needed to maintain or perfect my skills. These institutions, coupled with dozens of certificate programs and seminars, were used to gain knowledge and provide me with tools to creatively solve problems. Do you need to go to so many institutions of higher learning to be a professional entrepreneur? The answer is no. You can gain knowledge almost anywhere if you are open to learning. When an opportunity to share my knowledge comes up, I jump at it. This can be a lecture, a panel presentation, or a speech. I do a lot of preparation and work to provide a good experience for the audience, and the research and preparation often teaches me new approaches to the subject. You might ask, do you need to speak and present to be a professional entrepreneur? Well, it definitely helps a whole lot. When relating to others, you gain a lot of knowledge. From inception and research to the actual presentation, and the questions and answers, you will walk away with the deeper insight into your chosen subject matter. This was my path, and I assure you it will expand, as I am a committed lifelong learner. I recognize my weaknesses, and I strive to shore them up by learning from experts, mentors, and professors. Believe it or not, there is a professional entrepreneur certification created by very astute entrepreneurs. However, even a certification program is not assurance of success as an entrepreneur. It takes time, dedication, and work, or as I call it, blood, sweat, and years. You will know when the time comes that you can proclaim, I am a professional entrepreneur, even without a certificate. I want to thank you all for tuning in to another great episode of Pest Equity Podcast. Again, thank you for the question. Hope that helps you out. I want to thank everyone for following us on Instagram, liking us on Facebook. Be sure to go subscribe on our YouTube channel and check out that Teespring store. And we will see you all on the next episode. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Pest Equity Podcast. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Pest Equity Podcast and join the Facebook group. Have a question or topic for the show? Shoot us an email at pestequitypodcast@gmail.com.